My fellow gem hunters, welcome to another episode of Vibe and Time over here at Coinverse, guys. You know what to do. Go ahead and smash that like button. Also, share this video with a friend. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Then, lastly, click that notification bell. That way, you stay up to date to the latest videos. So, guys, you see the market's been playing a little bit of cat and mouse over the last couple of days. So, the DJ and me had to go back to the NFTs today. I want to talk about an NFT project that I've been watching for a while. It's been, up and down since it came out. But I think now is a good time to talk about it. It's been getting a lot of volume. And a lot of people always ask me, hey, Bob, how do you know which projects are going to be good projects? And I tell them, I don't. I really don't. Like, I just pay attention to volume and I pay attention to, like, what's going on narrative-wise in the market. And you try to make your best decision from there. As always, none of this is never financial advice. It's just for educational purposes and entertainment as well. So, guys, let me go ahead and share my screen like I normally do. We'll jump right into today's project. And hopefully this becomes a gem. You know, this is called Valhalla. You see they got the gold badge there. So that's one of the cool things about it. 51,000 followers. They're a gaming times culture NFT type of project. And they haven't really posted anything as far as, big media lately. But some of the things people are talking about is just the art itself, right? And people love the art. You see some of the things that people are talking about. This could be one of the next blue chips. They're supposed to be partnering with a lot of different people. We won't go through all of that. We'll just wait till those announcements actually come out, right? So a lot of people have just been posting their stuff today. We'll jump right over to the collection over here on OpenSea. We see the floor has been rising. I think this is around zero point 0.9 yesterday. Let's look at analytics. So floor price, yeah. So this has been floating around 0.8, 0.9, in the last couple of days. Always, 0.7 over last week, right? And now it's just getting some steady volume and it's starting to push that price up. Went straight through the 1 ETH mark, and we can even see that the current best offer on there is on the collection is 1 ETH. One wrapped ETH, so floor at 1.14. Definitely some high volume here, and the total volume of over 20,000 Ethereum. Sales are up 105%, guys, and this is the last 24 hours. Let's go to the last 24 hours. This is what I'm typically looking at, either this or the 6 hour, just to see what kind of what kind of moves the project's been making over the last day. But we can see here on the volume here over the last 24 hours, they're up 237%. Sales are up to 491 today, which is almost 2x of what they were yesterday. So, and then the floor price is up 27%. We did indicate that already. So, and one of the other things that I like to look at is when you're looking at these statistics is look through your sales, right? And if you see floor sales and floor sales only, then it could be a lot of different kind of trading going on. Maybe like there's no special thing going on the floor. But if you were to go back far enough in this collection, there's been some pretty big sales on some of the pieces that people believing that could be the next dope piece for the collection. You can see that the listings are pretty stacked right now in between where they are. You probably got almost 200, 300 listings to get this up to, a 1.5 ETH, which isn't, really unheard of with a collection of this size. 9,000 is the total collection for this one. Let's look at some of the art, right? I think some of the art is pretty cool. It's that animated Azuki style art. We know Azuki does really well. And it kind of reminds me of that same culture, right? And some of the characters look really good. Some of the women even look dope. And I'm not sure, if I would actually use this for a PFP, because me personally, I'm not into the anime thing really big, but it's really big throughout the culture. And I know a lot of people love to collect anime art. All right. So we'll jump over to the website. They actually have their own gallery on here as well. And these are the ones that's been revealed already. So you can go through and see some. Some are pretty sick. This one's badass. Some of these are super dope, man. Usually, sometimes like having the guns and things in your hand could actually throw a collection off, but it actually really plays well in this one because the characters actually look badass, right? And if you wanted to go through the inventory and things of that nature, you would have to connect your wallet on here. We'll jump back over to the Twitter. We see that they have 51,000 followers. They got their .com here as well. So if you need to go check out the website, you know how to do that. And then let's just jump into this thread a little bit. So we'll see. So, DGMD, and he was talking about how this would be the next blue chip project. I don't like when people say that. Every time I hear that, it's usually like, we don't know what the next blue project is going to be until it's the next blue chip project. Yeah, that's like fair, right? But these things are so cool though. And here's why. uh, active questions, feedback. So, communicate a team with a good communication. Alex Lynn is the founder. He made it Forbes 30 and the 30. So definitely got some powerhouses on the team. Somebody went to MIT there. You can look at Victor, that's the engineer, and they got a strong team. So that's basically what he's going through in this. If you guys did want to check that out, you know how to jump over, check out his page, and shoot him a follow if you're not following him. He has a good thread on this. But as always, you don't use that for financial advice. Always look at the art. If you like the art and you think it's something that you could get into and you want to make a flip, cool, right? So I think for sure we can go over and look at Alex's page. We see, is he active? He's active, pretty active. You see he's on Twitter a lot. So that's pretty cool. And, talks about how he's addicted to his collection. So could be good vibes there, man. That's one of those things I definitely want to pay attention to over the course of the next week or two. Anytime I start seeing these high spikes in volume, I get excited, right? Because I'm just like, oh man, it's like this could be the next thing up. So another thing I wanted to touch on today, guys, was yesterday we talked about Coinbase, and they were going to have some form of news today, possibly an airdrop. And what they actually released was that they're going to be building their own layer 2, and it's going to be called Base. As the degen of all of us, or in the degen of all of us, a lot of people went out, searched Base, and started buying Base. Base is up like 300%. Guys, that's the wrong Base. That is the wrong Base. You have to get the right Base once Coinbase, builds this out. Now, this isn't something that's probably going to happen this year. I think if they do it right, it could potentially, be a course of 2 or 3 years before this is actually out there. So just be careful when you're out there getting hype and FOMOing into things. Make sure you're doing more homework than just looking for profits, right? Other thing I wanted to shout out was DBI. We talked about DBI the last couple of days. Encourage you guys to do some homework on it. I did notice today that this thing has broke through the all-time high, and it's still moving. For me, as one of the people who I feel like I was one of the first people who did a video on it, it's still a hot 8 on Dex Tools, and we can see here this thing is literally went to the moon. So we called out charts over here back the second time we did a video, and now we're seeing the push up, and this thing is breaking all-time highs. It's just going crazy. Market cap at 11 million. So shout out to the team over there, continuing to build out well. But yeah, guys, that's what I wanted to bring you today. I want to talk a little bit about Valhalla, talk about the volume, where we go to find most of these analytics and things like that. And some people may say, well, why don't you just use Blur and just show the analytics? Because a lot of times you have to have your wallet connected. And obviously I don't want to record live with my wallet connected, but you can also find a lot of this information on Blur as well as X2, Y2. Last thing before we leave out, guys, be careful with Blur. Blur has removed the red flag from its collections, as well as the collections on Looks Rare items. So you could be potentially buying a stolen NFT. There's actually a feature in the settings that you need to turn off now that won't even show those. So just be careful when you're out here using these different marketplaces. Make sure you're keeping up with the latest news as far as like what's going on with these marketplaces and what they're implementing. Blur tweeted this out a little bit earlier, and it got a lot of backlash, but it's just one of the things I wanted to talk about. So that's all the time that's all the things I wanted to cover today, guys. So appreciate you guys being here as always. Make sure you leave a like before you head out. Comment down below. Let me know you guys are feeling it. And until next time, guys, it's vibing out.